When I first read the script, I thought, you know, I knew it was the best, at the time, it was the best pilot of pilot season. I had read a bunch of other scripts and nothing compared to Scrubs at all. And, you know, it had buzz around it too. All my agents were like, this is the script, you know, this is the one that everyone's talking about for pilot season. And, you know, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll go out on it. I wanted to be a part of it, but it's a long shot. It's always a long shot when you audition for things. So I auditioned and auditioned and auditioned and auditioned some more and auditioned, and finally I got another audition, and you know, then I auditioned again, and the next thing I knew, I was cast, and so it was kind of cool. What attracted me to Chris Turk? The fact that he was on an NBC sitcom. That was one thing that attracted me to Chris Turk, and I don't know, I thought he was very much like me. He's a kid trapped in a man's body. As you can see, I'm a grown man, but I'm very childlike. Although I handle, you know, what I need to handle, and, you know, things that need to be, and don't get it twisted. I'm not, you know, a baby and nothing like that, but, you know, I like to have fun. So yeah, so Chris Turk is totally a young, charismatic, handsome, you know, black surgeon who can slice and dice with the best. Very confident guy, and he's in love with Judy Reyes' character, Carla. I think Judy and I have great chemistry. Yes, I agree. It's really cool to see other people, you know, or to hear other people say, you guys work it out pretty well. But I don't. It's just certain. Bill did a great job casting this. You know, he saw something in everybody, and when he puts us together, it's great. I think everybody on the show has great chemistry. Zach and Sarah, Zach and Johnny C, myself and Zach, myself and Johnny C. All around. The equation is endless, you know, and everybody who he brings in somehow winds up working well with, you know, with the nucleus. The first read-through at Bill's house, I thought it was weird that we were having a read-through at Bill Lawrence's house, and I didn't, you know, I didn't know what to expect. And I remember walking into his house and being like, oh, this is a really big house. He must, you know, I didn't know who Bill Lawrence was, to be honest with you. I know he did Spin City, but I had never watched the show. But I was a big fan of Michael J. Fox and huge fan of Heather Locklear. And anyway, so the point is, so I went to his house, and, you know, Sarah and I had been cast for a while, and this was a while after, you know, we were cast. And they were like, okay, we found our guy, we're ready to go. And so I meet Zach, I meet Sarah again for the, you know, for the second time, I guess. And then there's all these other people there that I had, you know, and I knew that John C. McGinley was doing it, and I was a huge fan of his from like Platoon and Wall Street and you name it. John C. McGinley's in every movie that has ever been made. You can find him, you know what I mean? And so I was really excited about that. When I meet him, I'm like, dude, you are the bomb. Anyway, so we sit down and we read, and Zach, myself, Sarah, Judy wasn't there, Johnny, and it just meshed really, really, really well, you know, and I remember laughing while reading, and, you know, that's rare to read scripts or pilots where you laugh throughout, at least a genuine laugh. Usually it's like mercy laugh, you know, it's a mercy, you know, and it's usually writers laughing at their own jokes, which is really weird to me, but okay. So we go through the script, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna be amazing. I'm very excited. I think the first thing I remember is Neil Flynn doing the penny joke with the door, and I was like, that's very funny. And I was like, oh, this is something special. And that's when I really knew that it was something special. Before, all the hype and all the buildup, I've heard all the hype before, you know. Everybody hears that when they come to Los Angeles or when they're coming from wherever, dude, you're gonna be big. This is gonna be great for you. It's a great move for you. When you get to Los Angeles, you're gonna blow up. And then 10 years later, you're still, you know, staying at the Holiday Inn, right? But after reading the script, I was like, this really has a shot. And I said to myself, if this doesn't go, there's really something wrong with television. And then the rest is history. So Zach Braff's there. I don't know who this guy is. He was in some movie called The Broken Hearts Club. And, you know, that I didn't see the movie. I had no idea, you know. And I walk in and he's this little quirky, well, kind of tall, quirky guy. It's like, from what we were auditioning, this is way off, yo. It was because at first we were auditioning, you know, these strapping, you know, I'm not gonna say, yeah, they like, I guess, superhero looking chiseled chin, you know, the Hollywood type, I guess. Here comes this quirky guy. I'm like, okay. And it worked. And I saw, you know, I guess how Scrubs was meant to be portrayed, you know what I'm saying? And so anyway, yeah, so it threw me for a loop at first, but then afterwards I was like, this guy's amazing. I honestly believe, you know, the quirky look, Zach brought it back. I think there were a lot of people in the past that did it, and then all of a sudden we had all of these superheroes come out of nowhere. You had Affleck, Damon, you know, all of these, you know, hero types. And then Zach comes along, and all of a sudden we're back to quirky again. And we haven't seen that since like Michael J. Fox. Zach is from Jersey. Yeah. Zach is from, he'll say he's from East Orange, but that's, Zach is not from East Orange. Zach is from like, you know, the suburbs. He'll be like, Newark, baby, Newark. Yeah, right. You ain't from Newark, Zach. You get your ass kicked, you walk around Newark and you know it. John C. McGinley, a lot during the first season and second season and third season actually, he set the bar, you know what I mean? He always came prepared, and you know, his character has so much to say in the show. And he always came in and never fazed him, and he, you know, he gets through it, and he's very professional, and that set the bar really high. You know, I think people, when watching him, it's very inspiring. It's like, wow, he can, it's not like he can't do a monologue, you know what I mean? He can do a monologue very well. And so, for a while, it was almost like intimidating because he was very much a competitor. Okay, he's very competitive, I should say. And I'm competitive, and everybody else in the show is competitive. But you know, he has that drive of trying to take this scene, which is a great thing. You know, I think that's needed because it steps everybody else's game up. It's sort of like the Michael Jordan factor. Michael Jordan was so good at basketball that whoever you put around him seemed like they were good too. They were incredible as well. And not to call Johnny C. Michael Jordan. Don't get your head swollen. So Johnny is like, you know, he's the guy that's been in everything. So he's in some ways on set I'm not gonna call you my leader, Johnny. I can't do it. I can't do it as much as I want to. But he's very influential. Very influential. Ken Jenkins, he is another guy that is in everything. You have no idea, out of nowhere, you'll be watching something and all of a sudden Ken pops up. And I think Ken is amazing. He is completely opposite from his character that he plays. And it's really amazing that he could play such a hard and such a mean, you know, and honestly be so sweet. It's amazing. And I don't mean sweet like, I mean, he's a genuinely nice guy who cares about everybody. And it's really amazing. And he's a brilliant actor. I think he sells lines better than anybody on the show. He can deliver any joke you know, he's brilliant. You know, I think I love Ken Jenkins. Sarah Chalk is crazy, and you guys aren't gonna know this about her from, you know, what you see on television. But Sarah is, okay, not only is she, it's very hard in this business to be, you know, to be a triple threat. Now, when I say triple threat, I mean you gotta be beautiful, a good actor, and this is, you know, and funny. Now, usually people are either a good actor, beautiful, or they're funny. Sarah's all three, which is, you know, really cool when you meet somebody like that, you know, because, I mean, I think that's every guy's dream. I would love to meet a girl who's beautiful and funny. And it's rare, you know what I mean? At least in the acting game. Usually all the beautiful women are very good actors and, you know, can cry on a dime and everything like that. But when you put the comedy in front of them, you know, you don't laugh, or those movies flop. Sarah is completely opposite from that. She's got all the talent in the world. Zach and I hang out a lot, actually. For a while, I think people thought we were dating, which is really weird. And I don't think living together helped at all. But yeah, Zach and I, we kick it every now and then. Well, I was getting into clubs way before I met him. He had issues. You know, he would show up at the door and literally be standing at the door until 1 o'clock in the morning when the club was letting out. And they'd be like, all right, you can go to the bathroom, but you got to come right back out. You can't stay in there long. You can have some water, but nothing else. You know what I mean? And yeah, he's the man now. He's like, I remember when it turned into, Donald, I don't need you to take me to the club anymore. I can get in on my own. And that was a sad day for me. It was a very sad day because I felt needed. And then when I was no longer needed, he cast me aside and found other black friends, which really hurt my feelings. Because, you know. Anyway, point is, Zach, come back home. I miss you. I think we all share the same sense of humor with Bill Lawrence. I think that's why he casted all of us. I think, you know, I don't think he would put us in the show if we didn't get his sense of humor. I haven't had a worse day yet. I haven't had a bad day yet. I love my job. I love coming to my job. I haven't had a bad day. Well, we have a no policy on this set, which is really good. If you're an bye-bye. See you later. Which is very good. And I think that's necessary for any place because egos do tend to grow the more successful you become. And if you can keep your ego in check, not only is that good for you, but it's something, I want to say it's admirable. If you can keep your ego in check, people will look at you as someone who hasn't let Hollywood get to their head, and that's a beautiful thing. Because the last thing you want to do is meet somebody who can't shake your hand and look you in the eye. You know what I mean? When your ego gets that big, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so the point is, no on the set. So everybody here, not that we're forced to like each other, but I think because there are no allowed, we genuinely like each other. You know, I don't think anybody can hide being it. I think it comes out eventually. You know, you start to smell something sooner or later. You know, so yeah, I think that's why we all get along here. And so because of that, we've all grown together and we've all become pretty close. Bill set that up right at the beginning of the show. I think he might have even said that at the read-through. It's possible. And if you're thinking about being, you know, even if you're thinking about it, like, I'm going to say something stupid today. Like, nah, that's stupid. Why do I want to say something stupid? How do I amuse myself when I'm not on camera? You know, we play video games in our off time. They really need to turn at least my dressing room into a sports bar. You know, I'm thinking, you know, a bar, plasma screen, you know, a bunch of beautiful women. So when I'm bored, I could play some video games and stuff like that. And when, you know, the Knicks are playing the Spurs, I can watch that on my plasma. So I think that's what really needs to happen in my dressing room. Will that happen? I don't think so. But, you know, that's not realistic, really. That's really me just wishing. But, and they need to knock down the wall in between my dressing room and Zach's dressing room, because there's a dressing room in between, and that could be great for like a little, you know, a little cocktail lounge, you know, or a little casino, mini casino. You know, have a poker table on deck at all times, or you know, blackjack, or you know, whatever it is you like to do, craps, whatever it is whatever game you like. You know, there's money to be made in the casino room, which would be in between my room and Zach's room. You know what I mean? But you know, these are things that you wish for. You know, maybe if we make it to season 10. Yeah, if we make it to season 10, that could happen.